So the super trend is one of the most popular trend following indicators of all time because it boils down to buy sell. It's very, very easy to distinguish a trend using the super trend. You have your buy, you have your sell. Very straightforward, and this makes it particularly attractive to newer traders. But let's take a look at it. Let's see, is it worth the hype? Does it have a particular edge over other types of indicators? And is it really super? Is the super trend super? So firstly, when I look at an indicator, there's some tricks that indicators can do by design to make themselves look more appealing. And what you'll notice is the sell and buy signals at a glance to a new trader look extremely good, right? And I don't want to jump to conclusions, but look at the placement of the label. So this sell signal actually comes on this giant red candle, and it's confirmed on the close of the candle. So actually, this sell signal, although it looks great when you zoom out because it's been placed so high up, it's actually entering you there. It's literally entering you there. So it's not this holy grail indicator. The placement of where the super trend appears plays a massive part in this. Let's look, for example, here, you look at this. At a glance, it looks fine. But actually, it's literally sold the bottom candle. And it's bought near the top. Here, when it sells, it sold the bottom here. And you'd probably get stopped out. So, okay, yes, sure. When you zoom out, it looks very good. It looks pretty healthy. But when you actually look at the signals and trades it's taking, it's not that special, right? But that doesn't mean it's bad. Let's take a look at the super trend compared to... I like to use a MACD as a baseline. A MACD is a really good baseline momentum indicator that tells you when to buy and when to sell. And of course it's unfair because I'm comparing things on different lengths. So maybe let's increase the length of the super trend of the MACD. Sorry, let's go to 25 and 50. Let's make a real smooth MACD. So here, for example, the MACD is entering one bar earlier than our super trend. Our sell signal is entering far earlier. We are entering from using our MACD from this candle, whereas with our super trend, we are entering at the bottom of this candle. We have this massive difference in our entries and exits. Here, for example, okay, the lengths aren't identical. We are selling at the same time as the super trend. Here, we are buying earlier than the super trend. In fact, the super trend is buying the top, whereas our MACD is literally buying there. And here, we're selling here, whereas the super trend is selling here. The area, of course, is having its advantages in this noisy price action. And again, that's to do with lengths. And it's all like, you know, yin and yang. But it doesn't have this particular edge that everyone thinks it has. Now, the edge that I do think a super trend has are that it has multiple use cases. We have supports. So our super trend can actually act as a support. And price loves to bounce off of these key areas because it's ATR derived, which is a volatility metric. So using this as a support and places that the price can bounce off of is superb. Using it as a trend following tool, well, it doesn't have a particular statistical edge in research, nor when I'm testing it here. Even if I increase the length and make it, the multiplier and make it even smoother. Okay, sure, it makes our chart look very clean, right? You look at this and go, wow, these buy signals are fantastic. Well, I'm sorry to say, this sell signal literally sells the bottom of the market. And the buy signals are, okay, sure, these are really easy trends to identify. And moving average crossover could do this. And then when it starts to chop, it falls into the same pitfalls as any trend following indicator. It starts to lag during chop and you start to have these horrible buying tops, selling bottoms, buying tops, selling bottoms. So is a super trend a holy grail? No. Does it have utility? Yes. It is a generic, non-special trend following tool that does have dual purpose and it can act as a support and resistance. And this might seem like a scathing review, but it's honest. I want to be honest. I want to be transparent about these indicators. And hopefully this video helps you get the most out of the super trend if you're using it as part of a system or part of Confluence. It can be a great part of trend following Confluence, but is it a holy grail? Absolutely not.